Namaste. Welcome back to Samskriti. We are in the 7th Sarga of Yuddha Kandam in the Adhyatma Ramayanam series. The nectarine words of Kalanemi went only to inflame the anger of Ravana and turn his eyes red as copper, just as boiling ghee emits fire when cool water is poured on it. Ravana threatened Kalanemi and said, "I shall kill you, O you wicked fellow, for disobeying me. It appears that you have been bribed by my enemy, that you speak to me like a servant of Rama." Then Kalanemi said to Ravana, "O Lord, why do you become so angry? If my words are not to your liking, then I shall do as you command." Saying this, the great Asura Kalanemi went from there immediately to cause obstruction to Hanuman at the behest of Ravana. The impostor and wicked fellow went to the foothills of the Himalayas, created an illusionary hermitage with his magical powers, assumed the form of an ascetic, and sat within it, surrounded by many disciples. That spot was directly on the path by which Hanuman was going. When he reached the site, Hanuman saw that beautiful hermitage and felt that he had not seen such an ashrama when he had come there earlier. Hanuman thought within himself, "Have I lost my way? Or is what I see before me a mere delusion of my mind? Anyway, let me go to the ashrama, see all the exalted sages, drink water, and then proceed to Dronachala." Reflecting in this way, he went into that illusionary ashrama, which was spread in an area of 1 yojana in all directions. It was full of fruit trees such as plantain, palm, and jack, which were so laden with ripe fruits that their branches were bent. Besides these, there were also sal trees. That pure and holy looking hermitage was devoid of any hint of animosity, malice, enmity, or ill will. Seated in such pure and enchanting surroundings of that illusory ashrama, the demon Kalanemi was performing worship of Lord Shiva. Respectfully saluting that asura in the form of an ascetic, Hanuman said, "O Holy One, I am a messenger of Sri Rama. My name is Hanuman, and I am going to the Ksheerasagara, that is milk ocean, for the achievement of an important purpose of Rama. I am now very thirsty. Where can I get water to drink my fill? Please direct me, O sage." Hearing these words of Maruti, Kalanemi replied, "You can drink the water of my kamandalu, that is water pot, and eat all these ripe fruits that you see here. After that, you can stay here peacefully for a while and take a nap. Do not be in such a hurry. By the power of my psychic insight, I know all the past, present, and the future. Presently, I see that by Rama's divine glance, Lakshmana and the other monkeys have revived." Hearing this, Hanuman said, "My intense thirst cannot be quenched by the water of the Kamandalu. Therefore, please show me a larger body of water, a river or a lake." Saying all right, Kalanemi called one of his magically created disciples and said to him, "O Brahmachari, show the son of wind god an extensive reservoir of water." Turning to Hanuman, he said, "Close your eyes while you drink water and then come to me immediately. I shall impart to you a mantra which will enable you to recognize the medicinal herb that you want to get." Accordingly, Hanuman quickly went to the lake shown by the ascetic disciple and entering into it, began to drink the water with closed eyes. Just at that instant, a fierce she-crocodile quickly came and grasped Hanuman. When Hanuman saw that the crocodile was trying to devour him, he was ferocious with anger and tore apart her mouth with his hands. As a result, she died instantly. Just then, a woman with a divine form was seen in the sky. Her name was Dhanyamali. She said to Hanuman, "O great monkey, I am an Apsara who was formerly cursed by an ascetic for some reasons. By your grace, I have now been liberated from the effect of that curse. The person you saw in the hermitage is the great Asura Kalanemi, who was dispatched here by Ravana to cause obstruction to your path. That fellow, who is disguised as a hermit, is not a hermit at all. In fact, he is a persecutor of ascetics. O noble one, kill that evil fellow and hurry on to Mount Drona, which is the best among the mountains. I have become freed of my sins and blemishes of all kinds by your touch, and I am now going to the abode of Brahma." With these words, she departed to her heavenly abode, and Hanuman also went back to the hermitage. Seeing Hanuman returning, Kalanemi said, "O great monkey, why delay any more? Receive from me the mantra and give me my Guru Dakshina." Being thus accosted, Hanuman, displaying his clenched fist, said to him, "This is the Dakshina for you," and gave him a punch. Now Kalanemi abandoned his disguise of a hermit and fought with Hanuman, adopting various magical stratagems. But Hanuman, who was the messenger of the master magician Sri Rama, killed that delusion-creating enemy by delivering a blow on his head with his fist, breaking his skull. Hanuman then hurried to the Ksheerasagara, where he saw Dronachala. He could not, however, find that particular medicinal herb that he required. So, lifting up the entire mountain itself, he went to the presence of Rama with the speed of wind and said to him, "O Lord of gods, here I have brought the great mountain. Now do whatever you think fit. There need not be any more delay." Hearing these words of Hanuman, the high-souled Rama was very much pleased. The wise Rama then immediately picked up the necessary medicine from that mountain and got Lakshmana treated by it through the wise and expert Sushena. Thereupon, Lakshmana came to consciousness like one awakened from sleep and said to Ravana, "O Dashanana, stop, where are you going? I shall kill you right now." Seeing him speaking in this way, Raghava smelt the crown of the head of Lakshmana out of affection, and looking at Hanuman, he said, "O son, O great monkey, it is because of your mercy and grace that I have been able to see my brother healthy and alive today." With these words, Rama, along with the monkeys and Sugriva, following the advice of Vibhishana, started for battle. Then the monkeys, who were very eager for battle, started off for the battlefield armed with rocks, trees, and summits of mountains, etc. On the other hand, the great Rakshasa Ravana, wounded by Rama's arrows like an elephant by a lion or a serpent by a Garuda, had been defeated and forced to withdraw to his palace. Sitting on his throne, he addressed the Rakshasas surrounding him. "In times of yore, grandfather Brahma had forecast my death at the hands of a human being. But there is no man in this world powerful enough to kill me. Hence, there is no doubt that Lord Narayana himself has manifested as a human in the form of Sri Rama, the son of Dasharatha, in order to kill me. O Rakshasas, in times of old, a Rajarshi of the Solar dynasty named Anaranya, when killed by me, pronounced a curse on me, saying, 'O king of demons, the supreme being will one day incarnate himself in my clan. You, along with your sons, grandsons, and all relatives, will be destroyed by him. Have no doubt about this.' So saying, he left for heaven. So, it is the same Sri Rama who has manifested himself for me, and he will surely kill me. My brother Kumbhakarna is very foolish and is always under the influence of sleep. Wake him up and then bring him to me." Hearing these words of Ravana, those gigantic Rakshasas went immediately to awaken Kumbhakarna. With great effort, they woke him up and brought him to the presence of Ravana. Kumbhakarna showed his respects to Ravana and took his seat. King Ravana now addressed his brother pitifully. "O Kumbhakarna, listen, a great trouble has presented itself before us, and I am in a very difficult situation. My heroic sons and grandsons have all been destroyed by Rama, and the time of my death also appears to have come. What shall I do now? This Rama, the powerful son of Dasharatha, along with the forces of Sugriva, has crossed the ocean with an army and is about to cause total destruction of our tribe. All the leading Rakshasas have already been killed in battle by the monkeys, but I do not find the monkeys on their side being destroyed in any way. O the most valorous Kumbhakarna, it is for you to effect their destruction. I awakened you for this purpose. Accomplish this difficult task for the sake of your brother." Hearing these words of distress from the king of Rakshasas, Kumbhakarna burst out laughing derisively. He said, When you had consulted me earlier, I had told you that the effects of your evil deeds were soon going to befall you. Now, the fruits of your past sins have indeed fructified today. I had already told you that Sri Rama is the supreme Narayana and Sita is his Yoga Maya, but you did not pay heed to my words. Once, when I was sitting at night on a mountain top on an expansive slab of stone, I saw the sage Narada, who is usually seen by the Devas only. I asked him, "O worshipful one, where are you coming from?" Addressed by me in this way, Narada replied, "I am coming from the assembly of Devas. I shall speak to you about certain matters that were discussed there." The Devas, who had been suffering oppression from Rakshasas, approached Mahavishnu with a mind concentrated on him and full of devotion, and said to that supreme being, "O Lord, destroy this Ravana, who is an oppressor of the three worlds and who cannot be overcome by any other being." Brahma had long ago given him the boon that his death can occur only at the hands of a human being. Therefore, deign it to be incarnated as a man and destroy the monster Ravana. Mahavishnu accepted their prayer. That supreme being, whose will ever becomes true, is now born in the line of Raghu under the famous name of Rama. He will wipe you all out completely. Saying so, the sage departed. So, please understand that Rama is the eternal Parabrahman. Therefore, abandon your enmity to him and resign to him who has assumed the form of a man by his Maya. Rama, the leader of the Raghus, is always gracious to those who are devoted to him. Devotion generates knowledge. Devotion bestows moksha. Whatever is done by one without devotion is as good as non-existent. The sportive incarnations of Mahavishnu are many. Among them, that is Rama, who is the pure embodiment of knowledge and purity, is equal to 1,000 such incarnations. Intelligent people worship Rama always, and without difficulty they attain the supreme status. Whoever with purity of mind meditates on Rama and studies accounts of his doings becomes liberated from the coils of the terrible python of samsara and attains the extremely blissful status of Vishnu. This sarga ends on this note. Let's move on with the chanting now. Adhyatma Ramayane Yuddhakande Saptamah Sargah Shri Mahadeva Uvacha Kalanemiv cha Shrutva Ravano Mrita Sannibham Jajvala Krodhatam Rakshah Sarpiradbhirivagnimat Nihanmitvam Duratmanam Machasana Parangmukham Paraih Kinchit Grihitva Tvam Bhashase Ramakinkarah Kalanemiruvajedam Ravanam Devakim Krudha Narochate me vachanam Yadi gatva karomi tat Ityuktva prayayau shighram Kalanemirmahasuraha Nodito Ravanenaiva Hanumadvighnakaranaat Sagatva himavat parshvam Tapovanamakalpayat Tatra shishyai parivruto Muniveshadharakhalah Gacchato margamasadya Vayusunor mahatmanah Tato gatva dadarshatha Hanumanashramam shubham Chintayamasa manasa Shriman pavananandanah Purana drishtametanme Munimandalamuttama Margo vibhramshito vame Brahmo va chitta sambhavah Yadva vishyasramapadam Drishtva munimaseshatah Pitva jalam tato yami Tronachalamanuttama Ityuktva praviveshatha Sarvato yojanayatam Ashramam kadalishalakharjura panasadibihi Samavritam pakvapalaihi Namrashakhaischa padapaihi Vairabhava vinirmuktam Shuddham nirmala lakshanam तस्मिन् महाश्रमे रम्ये कालनेमिः स राक्षसः इन्द्रयोगं समास्थाय चकार शिवपूजनम् हनुमानभिवाद्याः गौरवेण महासुरम् भगवन् रामदूतोऽहं हनुमान् नाम नामतः रामकार्येण महता क्षीराब्धिं गन्तुमुद्यतः तृषामां बाधते ब्रह्मन्नुदकं कुत्र विद्यते यथेच्छं पातुमिच्छामि कथ्यतां मे मुनीश्वर तच्छ्रुत्वा मारुतेर्वाक्यं कालनेमिस्तमब्रवीत् कमण्डलुगतं तोयं मम त्वं पातुमर्हसि भुङ्क्ष्व चेमानि पक्वानि फलानि तदनन्तरं निवसस्व सुखेनात्र निद्रा मे हि त्वरास्तु मा भूतं भव्यं भविष्यं च जानामि तपसा स्वयम् उत्थितो लक्ष्मणः सर्वे वानरा रामवीक्षिताः तच्छ्रुत्वा हनुमानाः कमण्डलुजलेन मे न शाम्यत्यधिका तृष्णा ततो दर्शय मे जलम् तथेत्याज्ञापयामास वटुं मायाविकल्पितं वटो दर्शय विस्तीर्णं वायुसूनोर्जलाशयं निमील्य चाक्षिणीतोऽयं पीत्वा गच्छ ममान्तिकम् उपदेक्ष्यामि ते मन्त्रं येन द्रक्ष्यसि चौषधीः तथेति दर्शितं शीघ्रं वटुना सलिलाशयं प्रविश्य हनुमान्स्तोयम् अपिबन्मीलिते क्षणः ततश्चागत्य मकरी महामाया महाकपिम् अग्रसत्तं महावेगान् मारुतिं घोररूपिणी ततो ददर्श हनुमान् ग्रसन्तीं मकरीं वृषा धारयामास हस्ताभ्यां वदनं सामवारः ततोऽन्तरिक्षे ददृशे दिव्यरूपधराङ्गना धान्यमालीति विख्याता हनुमन्तमथाब्रवीत् त्वत्प्रसादादहं शापाद्विमुक्तास्मि कपीश्वर शप्ताहं मुनिना पूर्वम् अप्सराकारणान्तरे आश्रमे यस्तु ते दृष्टः कालनेमिर्महासुरः रावणप्रहितो मार्गे विघ्नं कर्तुं तवानघ मुनिवेषधरो नासौ मुनिर्विप्रविहिंसकः जहि दुष्टं गच्छ शीघ्रं द्रोणाचलमनुत्तमं गच्छाम्यहं ब्रह्मलोकं त्वत्स्पर्शाद्धतकल्मषा इत्युक्त्वा साययौ स्वर्गं हनुमानप्यथाश्रमम् आगतं तं समालोक्य कालनेमिरभाषत किं विलम्बेन महता तव वानरसत्तम गृहाणमत्तो मन्त्रांस्त्वं देहि मे गुरुदक्षिणाम् इत्युक्तो हनुमान् मुष्टिं दृढं बद्ध्वाह राक्षसम् गृहाणदक्षिणामेतामित्युक्त्वा निजघानतं विसृज्य मुनिवेशं स कालनेमिर्महासुरः युयुधे वायुपुत्रेण नानामायाविधानतः महामायिकदूतोऽसौ हनुमान् मायिनां रिपुः जघानमुष्टिना शीर्ष्णि भग्नमूर्धा ममारसः ततः क्षीरनिधिं गत्वा दृष्ट्वा द्रोणं महागिरिम् अदृष्ट्वा चौषधीस्तत्र गिरिमुत्पाट्य सत्वरः गृहीत्वा वायुवेगेन गत्वा रामस्य सन्निधिम् उवाच हनुमान् राममानीतोऽयं महागिरिः यद्युक्तं कुरु देवेश विलम्बो नात्र युज्यते श्रुत्वा हनुमतो वाक्यं रामः सन्तुष्टमानसः गृहीत्वा चौषधी शीघ्रं सुषेणेन महामतिः चिकित्सां कारयामास लक्ष्मणाय महात्मने। ततः सुप्तोऽथितैव बुद्ध्वा प्रोवाच लक्ष्मणः तिष्ठ तिष्ठ क्व गन्तासि हन्मीदानीं दशानन इति ब्रुवन्तं मालोक्य मूर्ध्न्यवघ्राय लाघवः मारुतिं प्राहवत्साद्य त्वत्प्रसादान् महाकपे निरामयं प्रपश्यामि लक्ष्मणं भ्रातरं मम इत्युक्त्वा वानरैः सार्धं सुग्रीवेण समन्वितः विभीषणमतेनैव युद्धाय समवस्थितः पाषाणैः पादपैश्चैव पर्वताग्रैश्च वानराः युद्धायाभिमुखा भूत्वा ययुः सर्वे युयुत्सवः रावणो विव्यथे रामबाणैर्विद्धो महासुरः मातङ्ग इव सिंहेन गरुडेनेव पन्नगः अभिभूतो गमद्राजा राघवेण महात्मना सिंहासने समाविश्य राक्षसानिदमब्रवीत् मानुषेणैव मे मृत्युमाह पूर्वं पितामहः मानुषो हि न मां हन्तुं शक्तोऽस्ति भुवि कश्चन ततो नारायणः साक्षात् मानुषो भून्न संशयः रामो दाशरथिर्भूत्वा मां हन्तुं समुपस्थितः अनरण्येन यत्पूर्वं शप्तोऽहं राक्षसेश्वर उत्पत्स्यते च मद्वंशे परमात्मा सनातनः तेन त्वं पुत्रपौत्रैश्च बान्धवैश्च समन्वितः हनिष्यसे न सन्देह इत्युक्त्वा मां दिवङ्गतः स एव रामः सञ्जातो मदर्थे मां हनिष्यति कुम्भकर्णस्तु मूढात्मा सदा निद्रावशङ्गतः तं विबोध्य महासत्त्वम् आनयन्तु ममान्तिकम् इत्युक्तास्ते महाकार्यास्तूर्णं गत्वा तु यत्नतः विबोध्य कुम्भश्रवणं निन्यूरावणसन्निधिं नमस्कृत्य स राजानम् आसनोपरि संस्थितः तमाह रावणो राजा भ्रातरं दीनया गिरा कुम्भकर्णनिबोधत्वं महत्कष्टमुपस्थितं रामेण निहता शूराः पुत्राः पौत्राश्च बान्धवाः किं कर्तव्यमिदानीं मे मृत्युकाल उपस्थिते एष दाशरथी रामः सुग्रीव सहितो बली समुद्रं सबलस्तीर्त्वा मूलं नः परिकृन्तति ये राक्षसा मुख्यतमाः ते हता वानरैर्युधि वानराणां क्षयं युद्धे न पश्यामि कदाचन नाशयस्व महाबाहो यदर्थं परिबोधितः भ्रातुरर्थे महासत्त्व कुरु कर्म सुदुष्करं श्रुत्वा तद्रावणेन्द्रस्य वचनं परिदेवितं कुम्भकर्णो जहासोच्चैर्वचनं चेदमब्रवीत् पुरा मन्त्रविचारे ते गदितं यन्मया नृप तदद्य त्वामुपगतं फलं पापस्य कर्मणः पूर्वमेव मया प्रोक्तो रामो नारायणः परः सीता च योगमायेति बोधितोऽपि न बुध्यसे एकदाहं वने सानौ विशालायां स्थितो निशि दृष्टो मया मुनिः साक्षात् नारदो दिव्यदर्शनः तमब्रवं महाभाग कुतो गन्तासि मे वद इत्युक्तो नारदः प्राह देवानां मन्त्रिणे स्थितः तत्रोत्पन्नमुदन्तं ते वक्ष्यामि शृणु तत्त्वतः युवाभ्यां पीडिता देवाः सर्वे विष्णुमुपागताः ऊचुस्ते देवदेवेशं स्तुत्वा भक्त्या समाहिताः जहि रावणमक्षोभ्यं देवत्रैलोक्यकण्टकं मानुषेण मृतिस्तस्य कल्पिता ब्रह्मणा पुरा अतस्त्वं मानुषो भूत्वा जहि रावणकण्टकं तथेत्याह महाविष्णुः सत्यसङ्कल्प ईश्वरः जातो रघुकुले देवो राम इत्यभिविश्रुतः सह निष्यति वः सर्वान् इत्युक्त्वा प्रययौ मुनिः अतो जानीहि रामं त्वं परं ब्रह्म सनातनं त्यज वैरं भजस्वाद्य मायामानुषविग्रहं भजतो भक्तिभावेन प्रसीदति रघूत्तमः भक्तिर्जनित्री ज्ञानस्य भक्तिर्मोक्षप्रदायिनी भक्तिहीनेन यत्किञ्चित् कृतं सर्वमसत्समम् अवतारः सुबहवो विष्णोर्लीलानुकारिणः तेषां सहस्रसदृशो रामो ज्ञानमयः शिवः रामं भजन्ति निपुणा मनसा वचसा निशम् अनायासेन संसारं तीर्त्वा यान्ति हरेः पदम् ये राममेव सततं भुवि शुद्धसत्त्वा ध्यायन्ति तस्य चरितानि पठन्ति सन्तः मुक्तास्त एव भवभोगमहाहिपाशैः सीतापतेः पदमनन्तसुखं प्रयान्ति इति श्रीमध्यात्मरामायणे उमामहेश्वरसंवादे युद्धकाण्डे 7मः सर्गः।